Up. Up. Back. 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 Sit. All right. Out. Stay. All right. What's going on, y'all? Today, I just wanted to do a little walkthrough of the Liberty Center Express and just talk about some of the features of it, some of the things that I like about it, like the horn and a couple of different sounds. So I don't know much about this train. I don't know where it came from. I don't know where the owner found it. I just know I like it. And this is the W422-48 model, I believe. I don't know what that means. I'm doing research, and anybody who knows that likes this train, tell me what you know about it, because I'm learning about it every time I post a video and somebody tells me about it. It has this front grille on it. Looks like somebody has hit the curb with it a couple times. I could tell right here, somebody's bent this thing hitting the curb. This did not always look that way. But with some of the sharp turns that we have out here, I can see how that happened. Looks like they've hit it here a couple times as well, hitting curbs. For the most part, the train is in good working order. It has some features. It has a little bell right here. This needs to be fixed. When you pull this, it's supposed to actuate that and make the train actually have a real bell sound. Most of the sounds on the train they come out of a speaker. I don't want to open it up and show where those come from, but a lot of the features they're just noises being made. They are not like real noises. This would be a noise that you could actuate, but everything else is just like a speaker related sound. Let's see what I'm talking about. If you look, this that sound is coming from this area somewhere. These speakers right here, I do believe. And then you turn that off right there. This one right here, if you step on the gas, that's when that one goes. And it also controls this sound, which that sound also seems like it's coming out of these speakers right here. So that is what I mean about sounds that are just coming out of speakers. There are very few sounds that are actuated by something, and that was one of them. I look forward to seeing that work eventually. Some other things, these right here, they do not touch the ground, but they do roll. You can tell when you move one, more than one moves. But what this train actually rides on, if you look underneath in the front, you have wheels behind there. Let's see how we can see it. So there's the wheels. And that is what allows for it to make such sharp turns. If you look down the middle, it has a shaft that the wheels are on both sides of the shaft. So that's pretty cool as well. I don't know what this is right here. You can see the steering rod underneath the bottom. That's pretty cool. When you're maintaining the train, this whole part from here slides forward so that you can work on the train. I think that's pretty cool. The mirrors are good for seeing behind you on both sides. If you look out that mirror, you can see the side of the train. If you look out that mirror, you can see the other side of the train pretty well. The first cart is the coal cart, I do believe, if I make the names wrong. So this is the engine or the front of the train. And then you have the coal cart, which is also doubles as a seating area. You can get about 4 people in there comfortably. Then you come to the next cart, which I'll show this side of it first. The green cart. And how these are held together, you have a coupler here, just like a regular hitch. I don't know what size this ball is. I know it's not a 2-inch hitch, but you have your sound and electricity that runs from each cart. You have your locking feature with your safety pin, and they're chained. And this is what steers the cart behind it. This slides from left to right, and it steers the wheels, which are right there. The wheels are air. As you can see, they have a little air chuck on them. They're not very big wheels. You see the size of my hand. Same way, they do have grease fittings on each wheel, and they should be greased at a certain schedule, I'm sure. Every cart has that same actuator like that right there, and the sound and everything moves through each cart and it goes to the back. Each one has that same connection between it. There it is. Then you have the blue cart, and between the blue and the red, you also have that same connection, and it turns pretty well on a dime. So now let's start at the rear and let's go through about the rear of the train. So this train was bought used, and the sound in the last one is probably the worst sound out of all of them, but it does look good. It sounds good. Some things that have happened, like some of these have had to be replaced because they just fall out from being loose. If you look, some of them are that side, that kind right there, and then some of them are this because those were just falling out due to rattling and things like that. Another thing that had to be replaced, this back door hinge got broken. And with this being a Canadian company, it is hard to find replacement parts unless you go straight through the company. And their parts are kind of pricey. So there it is. Each one of them has that name on it, and they have that label on it, which tells you where you can find and purchase one of these if you wanted to go directly through the manufacturer. And they put one of those on each cart. Once again, if you look, you can see how like those right there have been replaced, but those are the originals. Original, and you can tell what's original and what's not. All right, so for the red one, this is the cart I say most people can fit in the most comfortably. It seems like it has more space, and I tell people who need more leg room, if you want bigger people, sit that way with leg room coming this way. And then these two short benches are for people who need less leg room. Smaller people sit here, bigger people sit there. And that is what the door opening size looks like. That's the only one you have to make sure you manually lock. This one right here is the typical one, and it has a release trigger underneath the bottom. And that's how you open the door. When you look inside the blue and the green cart, which I'll show you in both of them, when you look inside the blue and the green cart, these carts have compartments for storage. Looks like somebody left a banana peel in it. So you have storage in just that one seat, and then you have the speaker and the tire well in the front of each cart as well. They have these cool little latch down features right there, which that's what I latch my logo to when she's in one of the carts. But I haven't seen any other reason to use that. That's the blue cart. Blue cart is pretty cool. Red cart is pretty cool. Here is something else that I believe is on each one of them too. So this is a Wattman Mini Express. It has a serial number and all that good stuff on it as well. If you look on the blue one, it has the same thing. It says the Wattman Mini Express. It says your max weight capacity, this says 258 pounds. Your max load is 450 pounds. So that is the max that you can put in each cart, is 450 pounds. Now let's go to the green one. The green one, if you look, see, this one is missing one right here. But I'm sure they have the part. It's just hard to find the pieces that would replace them. But as you do, you can just put it back together. It goes back together pretty easily. Once again, see, here's one of those pieces right here that has just fallen out, and it needs to be replaced. There's no telling where it came from, but when it's found, it should be put back where it belongs. Here is the other cart. And if you look, there is another one of those pieces right there. So what I will do is I will take this one and put it in there as well. And if you look, there's the sound and the lights that are going to the back of the train. And this piece looks like it should be put on and twisted back in place. It looks like it just fell off. But there it is, back where it belongs, just like that. So the green cart looks good, closes pretty easily. You can tell they have these bumper rails on them, and you can tell that one has been bumped or bent a little bit. And once again, the air chucks and the Zerk fittings. Zerk fitting on each tire. I'm sure it has a schedule of how many hours they're supposed to be maintained at. Now the last cart, again, well, the green cart, also Mini Express, and it says a weight capacity and things of that nature. So this is the last cart. It is the coal cart, and the coal cart also has its own serial number and plate. And I'm sure this one does too. Don't know what that is right there, but that is also on the train. I'm trying to think of what else would be interesting to tell you about this train. It goes about 4.8 miles an hour at top speed if you put it in rabbit speed. If you put it in turtle speed, it goes about 3.8 miles an hour. If you're going down a hill, ooh, somebody bent that up bad. I know that just had to happen. That looks horrible. But it's a sturdy train. And you got a lot of people driving it, so it's not gonna be taken care of like if one person who owned it was driving it all the time. One thing that I did when I first started working here, because it does get slow like this from time to time, when I was trying to stay busy, I got out and I just polished up the brass with some Brasso, and I would do a little at a time. The bell was the thing that I wanted to shine the most, so I polished it up. But you can see how some stuff that I didn't polish, it didn't come out so pretty. But we still got time, and when I don't have anything better to do, but I've been enjoying shooting these videos. I don't know what that is right there. I've never seen that before. I don't know what it is. It looks like it'd be a light of some sort. That's the first time I've ever seen it right now. Anyway, I just wanted to do a quick walk around of this train, and anybody who's interested in it or wanting to know where you get one from, here, let me show you. There it is on the inside of each door as well. So Wattman Trains and Trams, and they're out of Granby, Quebec, Canada. And there's their information. Hey, everybody who's interested in this train, I'm gonna keep trying to shoot as much content of it as I can. If you have anything that you would like to see, drop me a comment and let me know. And I will make sure that I get that information out to you. I appreciate everybody who be tuning in to check out this train. I'm really having fun driving it. I love being out here in the nice weather. Today is a beautiful Tuesday. Y'all can catch me at the train on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the morning. Other than that, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Much respect, much love, and we out.